Thinking about applying for US citizenship? Be prepared. The USCIS may soon knock on your neighbor's door. I'm Mohammed Amir. I'm an immigration attorney and founder of Amir Law Firm. Today, I want to explain a major policy shift that will directly impact US citizenship applications. Recently, the USCIS issued a policy memo resuming neighborhood investigation for those applying for US citizenship. Before I start, let me remind you that this channel is dedicated to provide you with immigration news updates and information. Please subscribe and join our growing community of subscribers. Also hit the bell icon so you can be notified as soon as new video is posted. You can always contact us at 212-372-4878. Historically, naturalization required more than a paperwork. From 1800s to 1981, applicants had to bring witnesses who could testify about their good moral characters. By 1991, the old INS had abandoned neighborhood investigation, relying instead of FBI background checks and biometrics. Now, USCIS is reintroducing this investigation tool. Officer will again be authorized to conduct in-person neighborhood inquiries to confirm eligibility, focusing on residency, good moral character, attachment to the US Constitution, and overall disposition toward US laws. The point of this memo is that the USCIS will no longer routinely waive neighborhood investigation. Officer will decide on case-by-case basis whether to conduct neighborhood investigation. Applicants may be asked for letters from neighbors, employers, co-workers, or community leaders. There is a series of memos that the USCIS has issued about naturalization. Their previous memo, and I have a complete video on it if you haven't seen it, I would recommend you to check it out, that we discussed in very detail about the good moral character. There are very specific factors that the USCIS pointed out that you need to prove affirmatively to demonstrate your good moral character. So if you are to submit those documentation with your naturalization application to establish your good moral character, that may help you to avoid this neighborhood investigation as well. Summary, those documents are include but not limited to show your ties to in the United States, your employment history, and your achievements, your education, your financial obligations, that you're paying your tax on time and you don't owe a lot of debt or things like that. So if you are able to establish and provide those documentation, it will help you to avoid this neighborhood investigation as well. And also in that good moral character memo that the USCIS mentioned specifically some behavior or actions which will disqualify a person to applying for a naturalization. So some of those are the same, like there are permanent bars and there are conditional bars, but there's specific language that they indicated in that memo, and I'm going to read it for you. States any other acts that are contrary to the average behavior of citizens in the jurisdiction where alien resides. These could be actions that, while technically lawful, may be inconsistent with civic responsibility within the community, such as reckless or habitual traffic infractions, or harassment, or aggressive solicitation. So that previous memo and this memo is kind of tied together. So if the officer is going to suspect that you are engaged in such acts which are not up to the standard of the community that you live in, they may go ahead and conduct the neighborhood investigation to determine that whether or not that you have a good moral character and whether you are fit to be a US citizen. So as long as you can avoid those pitfalls and those things, you would be okay. And if you don't provide this documentation to establish your good moral character and to establish that you don't have any disqualifying acts or behavior, your application may be delayed, or in some cases, it may end up getting denied. So again, I would like to emphasize that the Department of Homeland Security, through this series of memos, trying to underscore that naturalization is not just about meeting technical requirement. It's about proving that you are genuinely part of the community and aligned with the value of the United States. As an applicant, you should expect deeper scrutiny into your personal and community life. Proactive documentation, letters, reference, community involvement, proof of your good moral character is more important than ever. At Amir Law Firm, we guide clients through these evolving requirements to ensure their applications are complete, credible, and compelling. If you have any question, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.